Boring. 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 Boring.
I never realized how boring this game is.
Boring!
Boring. You're boring, everybody. Quit boring, everyone.
Hi everyone and welcome to KRYPTALK, that Irish guy that talks about Bitcoin. Quick episode today, so let's get started. This is episode number 40, and the title of this episode is Bitcoin Breakout Before Thursday. Now I'm going to explain why I think that's going to happen by taking a quick look at the charts. Let's get the basics out of the way. This is the Kraken chart. These are 1 hourly candles and Bitcoin is trading at $57,150. Just want to draw your attention to these two perforated lines before I get stuck into the TA. This red perforated line is the current all-time high of $61,724, and this green perforated line is the previous all-time high of $58,339. So in the last week, Bitcoin has had a correction, come down here, bounced perfectly off the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement, kind of recovered a little bit of bounce, and then down, and another perfect bounce off the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level. Since then, we've kind of come up here, we're consolidating, we're constantly setting lower highs and higher lows. Taking a look at a few percentages from the all-time high, we are down at the lowest point of this correction. We came down just under 15%, which is really nothing in Bitcoin terms. The lowest point we reached today was just under 10%, and where we are now, we're down just over 7% from the all-time high. Again, nothing to get too excited about. Now, referring back to the title of this episode, Bitcoin will break out before Thursday. Why do I think that? Well, if you just look at what's after happening, I'm going to explain these two lines here. So this top yellow line is your resistance line, and this is a support line. So what I mean by that is, since it hit the all-time high of $61,724, Bitcoin has consistently putting in lower highs. So that's obviously a high point, that's obviously a high point, but this one is lower than that, and this one here is lower than this one. So they're lower highs. Now look at what's happened on the opposite side of things. So we have at the lowest point when it bounced off the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level, since then it's put in a higher low, because Bitcoin has highs and lows. These are all low points, but this point is lower than that. So that's a low, this is a higher low, and this one, even today, it's hit a higher low. So what do I expect to happen? Between now and Thursday, it'll probably bounce in and out between this, and eventually it'll either break to the downside or it'll break to the upside. Nobody knows. The smartest, brightest economists in the world, or Bitcoin experts, don't even think that's a thing. Nobody knows. But it has to break one of those two lines. It's unlikely that Bitcoin would start trading sideways perfectly and go straight through that. It's not a thing. It does not really going to happen. So before Thursday, we're going to have a breakout from either to the upside or to the downside. Quick question. Do you think Bitcoin is going to break to the upside or the downside before Thursday? Let me know in the comment section down below. All right, so I've switched to the daily to tell you what I think is going to happen. So we know that one of these lines, either this resistance line or this support line, is going to be broken before Thursday. We know that it can go to the downside or the upside. They're pretty much the only two options. It's not going to trade perfectly sideways through that. So I'm going to tell you what I think. Now again, not financial advice. Do your own research and only ever invest what you can afford to lose. Why you would take investment advice of some random guy on YouTube is beyond me, but I'll just explain. I think this is going to break to the upside. Again, probably not a total shocker because I am bullish on Bitcoin, and it might seem like I'm being biased, but it's just simple. The trend is your friend, and in the end, the trend for the last few months, for the last year, has been to the upside. We're in a bull market. It doesn't take a genius to figure out that in a bull market, the price tends to appreciate. That's like saying, if you fall out of a boat, you're probably going to get wet. If this was a multi-month or multi-year bear trend and the price was going downwards, I'd be saying the opposite because it's the obvious thing. Another reason as well is the EMA ribbon. So again, these are daily candles, right? And we haven't had a close below the daily close below the EMA ribbon since the 6th of October. It keeps getting support of this. What I mean by close is, if you look at these red bearish candles, just in case you're new, bearish candle, this is a day's trading. A bearish candle is red when the price opens and then closes below the opening price. So it starts the day at one price and then it finishes or closes off the day trading at a lower price. Then it's a bearish red candle. And we haven't had one of these close underneath this ribbon, this EMA ribbon, this collection of moving averages, since the 6th of October. It keeps getting support. Even if you look at these wicks, see these long wicks to the downside, like here, perfect example. We keep getting support off the EMA ribbon. And what that means, these long wicks to the downside, is that, yeah, there's selling pressure, but they're quickly bought up. That's a sign that there's a lot of people with buy orders, and there's a lot of buying pressure, should I say, at these levels. So that's a good sign as well. And then, of course, you have the institutional investment. I'm not talking about Tesla or MicroStrategy or all the obvious ones. I'm even, just during the week, Morgan Stanley, one of the oldest banks in America, is going to start offering sort of Bitcoin products and going to start offering exposure to Bitcoin to its clients. So again, that's another, like, it seems like every week we get more of these banks or massive institutions either offering Bitcoin related products, or they're, you know, dedicating some of their portfolio to as a hedge against inflation. So if we were to do a bit of a price calculation just for fun, now this is a bit of hopium. I'm only going to do this half-hearted. And actually, that's not true. I actually believe long enough this is going to happen. So since the start of this run, if you look at this little pennant here that's forming, since the start, let's imagine that's your flagpole. Then you have your pennant. So from the lowest point here, so when this run started, up to where we are now, going to add that. Let's say it broke out today. We're going to add it to here. And there, I'm just going to take a look at what would that price target be. So we drag this down. You're looking at a Bitcoin of $78,000. Could it happen? Yeah. Do I believe it's happened? I think in this bull run, yeah, I've made my feelings quite clear that $88,000 is my prediction. If you haven't watched that video, there's a link popping up there where I outline why I think $88,000 is going to happen before the 6th of July. Now I'm just going to get rid of that and going to have a look at the fib level. Okay, so short-term predictions within the next month. The next fib level is 1.272 level. So that will put us at about 67,000. I think within the next month that is very, very possible. Yeah, that's it. That's it for the charts for today. Okay, folks, that's the end of this episode. So thanks for watching. Thanks for liking. Thanks for subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed already, shláinte. Bye, 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 bye.